So welcome again to London North 17, where Igor Tudor sits in the hottest of hot seats. If it is not already, how long before Tottenham's season is in genuine crisis? Played 2, lost 2, and obliged tonight against Oliver Glasgow's Crystal Palace, who are perhaps within 3 points, surely no more than 5, from securing their place in next year's Premier League. And perhaps that smile tells the story, with a European adventure still ahead of them. He's had his problems, but goodness me, they don't equate to those currently experienced by Tottenham Hotspur. First long throw of the evening comes via the American Chris Richards to the near post. Strand Larsen competed for it. It came down for Wharton, and Vicario had to react. He did react sharply. Klein, Strand Larsen, he's set free Gesson, and Sarr's through the middle. It is Ismaila Sarr, who's squeezed it in! And Spurs feel the pain again!
And it's that pass there is excellent to Gesson, and you see that Sarr, he looked offside from up here, but you can see he's behind the ball. It's a brilliant pass from Gesson, and he does really well, Sarr, to get the angle for the initial strike, and then gets a huge slice of good fortune as he strikes it. It loops up off Porro, massive deflection as he hits the ball into the ground, pops up off Porro, loops over.
I have a feeling those Palace fans are going to explode with joy again very shortly, and that his shoulders will slump. He is being considered offside. Well, that is a surprise. That is a surprise.
Utter madness. So his head is offside. Is that what they're saying? The top of his head?
Seemingly so.
Absolutely bonkers.
I mean, by any what you would call traditional measurement or analysis of that, as you say, by the cut of the grass, he was seemingly behind the ball, but maybe he leant in such a way that his nose was offside.
Can't be.
All of the machinery and technology proves them right. So, in that regard, there isn't an argument. Tell. Matisse Tell! Deflection away for a corner, and Spurs reacting as if they've been given a life, and they have been given a life. Kept at bay to a point, but Archie Gray's done very well to get round the back, and Solanke has scored! There's a mood changer! Archie Gray's wonderful little wriggle. He found space where there was none, and Solanke applied a critical scoring touch.
The first and what could be a very important goal. Archie Gray doing well down that right-hand side. The ball's in, cuts it back. Solanke steps onto it, adjusts his feet really well here, and he just moves into a really decent position. He's on the move. Crystal Palace defenders set, and good adjustment of his feet just to open that left foot up, out, and tuck it into the net.
Something at last for Igor Tudor to prize. Oh, what a 5 minutes of undulating mood. Gesson, Strand Larsen, and Sarr with Van der Ven tugging, was he? Penalty given. And a red card for Mickey Van der Ven. Bad to worse.
Oh my goodness.
Joy and relief so short-lived. What must he be thinking?
Well, credit to Strand Larsen. He looks really lively, and it was his reaction to sort of flick the ball in behind here. Look, he stays alive, heads it into the path of Saar, and he's definitely got his arm, hasn't he? And Saar, as the ball runs away from him, I don't know if he's ever getting this, but at that point it doesn't matter. You see both hands from Van der Ven pulling Saar back, and inevitably the ref's going to give a red card for Dogso.
Big kick of the football. Ismaila Sarr, one each. How calm was that? Rolled it almost disdainfully beyond Vicario. And Palace have parity. And Spurs have problems.
And what a brilliantly executed penalty that is. Make me so nervous when I see players ambling up to the ball like this. You think, how are they going to generate and empower? He doesn't need to. Doesn't really look at the ball. He's looking at the goalkeeper, waiting for him to move. Hesitates just enough to see Vicario edging left, putting his weight on that right foot, stepping over, and then just passes it back into the empty side of the goal.
Tell facing his own goal, gets on biting in. Wharton's first there. It's Adam Wharton. Strand Larsen, 2-1 Palace. Tottenham pierced and close to broken. Just look at those faces. Just feel for him. Just sense the shock here and the joy of Jürgen Strand Larsen, who crashed it through Vicario and established a lead, which you might say for Palace was coming.
Once again, it's just too easy. This ball here is terrible. Square ball on the edge of your own penalty area, inviting the pressure. Wharton with a delightful pass. That ball there from Tell is inexcusable. Great touch from Wharton, just protects the ball from Basuma, and Strand Larsen with an excellent run from in to out. You'll see him there just make this run in behind Danso and just doesn't even need to get that good a strike on it. He gets it early. Bit of a toe poke, has a little look, just gets it with the end of his toe through the legs of Vicario. And the pressure heaped on Tottenham.
Tambo, Wharton, that's a lovely ball towards Sarr, who walks it in. And indeed for Crystal Palace, this is becoming a stroll. They are cruising away from Tottenham, and Tottenham's supporters are marching out. This is now critical. This is desperate for Spurs. And their people are turning their backs on them. They've simply had enough.
Well, let's look at this from a Palace point of view. Adam Wharton here just drifting forwards. Obviously with the extra man they can pop the ball around. That ball there is brilliant into him. He just drifts into that position. That's the first excellent ball. That ball there is exquisite. Brilliant movement from Sarr. But the ball from Wharton, 2 touches, opens out and just flicks it in behind that Tottenham defence. And Sarr on the move, gets away and has a lovely deft touch past Vicario. Delightful finish. We could spend a lot of time looking at it from a Spurs perspective. Again, late, reactive, uncertain. But let's credit Crystal Palace with what was a wonderfully worked goal.
Well, it's a real moment of uplift for him. This is a great outcome for Oliver Glasner.
Looks full of confidence, doesn't he? Lovely touch, fed Wharton.
Canvo, that's a lovely ball for Klein, who can get in behind here. Nathaniel Klein swung it across the face of goal. Quickly taken throw, Solanke's onto it. Dominic Solanke, and Henderson threw down a boot. And of course the expectation around this club is of a completely different order. Wharton. Strand Larsen hit the turf, going over Danso, who is at least as badly hurt.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, this, because the foul's gone against Strand Larsen, but does he get to the ball first? If he gets this first touch, Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? The ball, look at the trajectory of the ball there. It looks like he gets the first touch.
He did.
So that's an interesting one for VAR to have a look at, because if he gets the first touch, it could well be that the foul was by Danso on him. But
their promotion in 1978 was marginal, actually. They only made it on goal difference, finished third, pipping Brighton to the last promotion place. Xavi Simons was tripped as he approached the ball, and Spurs have a free kick here. Simons into the wall. Bit flat, bit plain.
Tried to go underneath, I think.
Simons' free kick. He's nudged right across the face by Tell. Truly, this is grim. This is Tottenham torture. The fans who've stayed, and they are few, barely know where to look, barely know what to feel. There is a numbness, there is a haunted nature here, and then there are the hard numbers that you see before you. Tottenham Hotspur have 9 games to play. They have a buffer of just 1 point over Nottingham Forest and West Ham. This place is trepidatious, it is frightened, it is white-faced, it is scared. And it has looked at a football team which, whilst it briefly had an advantage today, lost that all too hurriedly, and lost its personality and its shape and its purpose, and may, if it's not very careful, lose its status in the Premier League.